Hello board gamers and welcome to Solo Adventuring. My name is Paul and today we are taking a look at the Kickstarter edition of Maladum Dungeons of Enveron. Now I kickstarted this game back in, I think it was May of last year, and it's finally arrived on my doorstep. So I just wanted to do a very quick unboxing just to show you guys what's in the box. Obviously because this is a Kickstarter edition, there's going to be a few extra things that you wouldn't normally get in the retail version, but I will pop a link in the description just to link you to the Kickstarter page so you can see exactly what's what and what you do and don't get in the retail version. So starting off then, we've got a nice little Maladum leather pouch. I believe this was an upgrade for one of these stretch goals on the Kickstarter. I think the normal version is just like a cloth one, similar to what you get in Core Space, which is another game by Battle Systems, with the guys who made this. But yeah, this is really nice. Stands up by itself as well. Pop that down there, and then we've got this lovely neoprene mat. Let's just get this laid out quickly. This is the first video I've done on board games. I'm usually doing video game let's plays, so you'll have to forgive my setup. I haven't quite got the hang of everything just yet. Also apologies if the quality of the sound isn't great either. I'm going to look at getting a lapel microphone at some point, but there you go, that's the neoprene mat. It's just single-sided, so yeah, very nice. I'll have to let that flatten out a little bit. And then next up, I've got a few baggies, always handy for organising your bits and pieces. A couple of inserts, so these are going to go into the box. So once everything's been built, because obviously the Battle System stuff has all these like 3D cardboard scenery and stuff, so you just pop these into the actual base of the box itself, and then that way then you can organise all your stuff, so you haven't got to keep flat packing everything. So that's pretty cool. Put that aside. A couple of plastic measuring rulers for different ranges. Got some cool little like magical details and arrows. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera or not, but you can kind of see it anyway. Then we have our dread track. So there'll be I think there's like a little cardboard sort of insert here which goes into here, and then you pop like your pegs along here, and it tracks, you know, as each turn goes by. The dread track goes higher and higher, and then obviously the higher it goes, the more danger, like enemies and stuff you'll get. So that's handy. Then we've got some of the character, what they call character trays, I think. So for like your character card there, and then your class, and then like I think there's like items you can pick up and stuff that go in there, along with all like your skill pegs, your health pegs, and I think that's your magic or Maladum as it's called in this, and a few other bits and pieces. I don't really know the rules very well. I tried not to read too much about this beforehand because I wanted to kind of keep it as a surprise for myself. So I think once we get to doing some actual playthroughs, I'll be able to tell you a bit more about the rules in depth. And I think these are for like for companions, I think, or like the NPCs that wander around the dungeons or something. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll figure it out. Then we've got our event cards. So there's, I think it's about 70 something or 80 something. I can't remember now. It says on the back of the box. And lots of like different things. I'm not going to go through these too much because I don't want to spoil it. But essentially, every turn, similar to Core Space, you'll draw an event card, and then something will happen, and then yeah, it'll then add some chaos to the game. Next up, we have lots of other big cards. So these look like reference cards, I think, for different things. So you've got, yeah, like Eudemon, whatever that is. Is that like a class, or I don't know, Rook? Primarist, whatever that is. A few other reference cards, and then there's other various cards. So you've got like, I think these are like side quests. And what else we got here? Some like treasure maps or something. Shortcut, yeah, cool. And then some more side quests, more treasure maps, and then what looks like more reference cards. So again, yeah, these are going to be all, yeah, like assassin, barbarian. Yeah, so these are all like the cards for the actual classes themselves. So just like a quick reference thing to save you having to look in the book all the time. So again, I won't spend too much time going through all these because I think part of the fun is discovering it as you go along, isn't it? But yeah, that's all that there. Next up, we've got some little clippy bits for the walls and other scenery. Handy. A little dry marker pen there, Maladum themed. Which way does that go? That way around? There we go. Again, that was one of the upgrades, like the Not the add-ons, what's the other thing? The stretch goals in the Kickstarter. It's one of those. Very nice. And then we have the plastic figurines themselves. Let's just move this out of the way a second. Pop this down here. So I don't know how well these are going to show up on camera, but I'm just going to try and show you. Just it's kind of blurry, isn't it? I need to get a better camera. I'm just using my phone at the moment for this. Just I was really excited to just get this unboxed. But yeah, that's one of the. I think it's the. I want to say Malagorn or something. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to forgive me. I'll have to look up the rules and the different character names and stuff. But yeah, these are like essentially like the lowest level enemies. So they just kind of charge at you. And you got this dude. Oh, maybe this is the Malagorn actually. Is he like the boss guy? Yeah, this is a bit blurry at the moment. I'll probably do some photos or something at the end of this video just so you can see them a bit more clearly. What else we got here? Some dude with some tentacly arms. Very nice. These figures are actually quite small. If I compare them to like a Shadow sort of Brimstone figure, so they're actually quite small in comparison. So they'll be interesting to paint, that's for sure. But very similar to the core space again. They're kind of like the realistic size as opposed to the epic or legendary size of characters that you get in like Warhammer and all that. I like them. I like the sort of the fact that they're all like in proportion with each other. Some creepy thing. I don't know what it is. Half mole, half demon thingy. That's some of the enemies. Then we've got more of the gaunt guys. I'm just going to call them zombies for now. This dude is a bit more of an advanced looking zombie guy. Yeah, interesting. And we've got some heroes. Now I don't know the names of the heroes off the top of my head, so I'll have to look at those in a later video. But that's one of the guys. In fact, this one might be actually Bram, I think his name is. He's like a wizard slash Maladumist. I can't remember the proper name for it. Some lady here with a big spear type thing. Very nice. Got this little elf dude. Again, not very clear to see on camera, but got a big backpack on him. He looks fun. Got this big sort of orc-looking guy. I think these are called Eld. They descend from the firstborn, I think it is, in the core space game. So Maladum's essentially set, I think it's like thousands of years in the future after core space, and obviously core space is like a sci-fi game, whereas Maladum is a fantasy game. But I think it's in the sense that all the ancient technology from the core space days is been forgotten, and now people just see it as magic. So all of these like different races, like humans and elves, they're all descended from the core space races, which I think is pretty cool. Bit of a twist on things. Some weird. Oh, this is another one of those funny demon things with his arm up this time, or his tentacle up. A couple more of these Maladum zombies. This one's got a bit of a visible seam there, so I might have to try and cover that up if I can. I need to work on my camera work as well. And we've got another one of these Eld guys. He's cool. I'm probably going to be playing as him. Eld guy with bow and arrow. Very nice. And who's this? Some rogue looking person. Looking very shifty there. Very cool. And we've got this big troll guy. Can I zoom in a little bit? No, you really can't see it, can you, on this? Well, you get the idea anyway. I'll get some photos, like I said. Which way did he go? He was like that. And you've got these little wandering beasties. So these ones are like mini based ones. And I believe what they can do is they can actually all go on the same space, because obviously the mat is split into like a grid, so that you don't have to use like a measuring tape or whatever to move your characters around. And each grid is, I think it's like each square is like 1 inch wide. So only one character can usually fit in it, but I believe these ones can actually, all 4 of them can fit on, so they can kind of stand on the same grid and yeah, mesh you up, I guess. They're like little spidery type things. And we've got another guy. He's like I think these red ones are like wandering creatures, so they can like come in on events and they can do different things. They're not always hostile. Sometimes they're like friendly, or maybe they're just wandering around trying to find treasure, that kind of thing. This guy looks like he likes to collect a lot of treasure. Got his little treasure box in his hands here. This will be a lot clearer on camera once I've painted them, that's for sure. And then who's this dude here? If I can get him out. Some other half mouse, half wolf type monster thing. So that's them. So I think, and don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this stuff here is all the base game stuff. This is the stuff you get in the retail set. And then I'm assuming these extra bags here are all like the extra characters, because again, a lot of the stretch goals unlock like different characters and various other bits and pieces. So yeah, we've got another sort of old type person there. And we've got here we go. So this is a woman with some big bats things. Some sort of bishy bashy person. And we've got, I think that's another lady with a staff, so presumably magical again. What's next? We've got another dude with another staff thing. Really, I'm trying to get this in focus for you guys. Like that. And who else have we got? A little dwarfy chap with his big axe. Gimli's mate. And we've got a guy with a sword and a gun. He looks pretty cool. I'll have to look through all the classes at some point and actually play the game. He's cool though. What's next? We have got a lady with a crossbow and a sword. So I keep bashing the camera here as well. She's pretty cool. Gives me pirate vibes. And then last but not least, I think this is the last adventure now. We've got another old chap, and I think he's like a roguey type person as well. Again, obviously the characters don't have to be fixed to particular classes. You can mix them up, but I think the characters have certain stats, as like any RPG. They have certain stats that will benefit and complement certain classes. So yeah, presumably he would be a rogue by default, but you could certainly mix it up and make him like a magic user or a berserk or something if you wanted to. So that's it for the actual sort of playable characters. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 15 there, so theoretically you could build like 3 parties with them if you wanted to do like a multiplayer game. So that's pretty cool. What we've got here, black pegs for the character boards, or the dread tracker thingy. One of the two, I'm not sure exactly which one, but we'll figure that out later. Blue pegs, again, for the character boards, and green and pink pegs as well in there. Few more characters, so these are the extra wandering horde characters, or wandering creatures. So we've got a very chunky looking stone monster chap thingy there, very cool. And we've got a bear. I think I was reading about this one, is that this event can occur where you can like stumble across this bear's den. He won't necessarily attack you unless you go near his like cave, and he sort of just tries to protect himself from both you and other enemies, so they could be quite handy to use if you need a bit of a distraction tactic. Kind of like a millipede monstery thing. Probably should have got all these names beforehand, shouldn't I? And we've got a... what is this kind of dude? Oh, he's like a... oh, what was he called? Like a skin something or other. He's like... I think like NPCs that are wandering around dungeons can like turn into him or something within an event. Which is pretty cool and terrifying. And then we've got more of those little spidery things, which I won't get out now. And this cool little imp chap. Oh god, he's a bit terrifying as well. The claws on him. And then that can go onto the little stand like that to give the illusion of flight. Caw, caw, caw. Very cool. So that's pretty much it for the miniatures. And then the last thing in here is just the various different dice. So obviously these red ones are for combat. So just give me a second. So obviously, yeah, the red ones are for combat, so obviously like one hit, and also I think if you get like the skull, it means like you've fumbled or failed or something. Guessing blue might be for magic, possibly. No idea what this one is, I'll have to figure it out. It's got directions on it, so that'll help for like scattering. And I think these are like, oh, these might be like NPC reactions, possibly. We'll have a look later. And then this one, I'm guessing, is going to be something to do like how many enemies spawn, maybe? Again, I've not really read the rules yet, so I'm not 100% sure on how it all works. I know it's similar to Core Space in some ways, with less emphasis on ranged combat, more melee, obviously being a fantasy game. So these dice are very similar to Core Space, but yeah, there's obviously a lot of extra things up and added and changed and stuff, so we'll figure that out as we go along. So that's that for the characters. So let's move all this out of the way. And then finally, in the box, we've got left is the campaign book. Again, I'm not going to go too far into that. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I think there's 20 campaigns altogether. Sorry, 20 quests altogether in the campaign, and it's like a branching campaign as well. So like you won't necessarily do all of the quests in one playthrough, and it depends on what choices you make and whether you're successful in certain missions and stuff. So that should get a lot of replayability, which is nice. We've got a Beyond the Vaults pamphlet, which is, I believe this is again was one of the stretch goals, and this kind of gives you some like open-ended quests that you can use to play on like other battle system terrain and that kind of thing, or any terrain that you want. Basically, maybe you want to leave the dungeons and go out into the open and do some sort of quests there and stuff. So this gives you a bit of guidance on that. Then next up we have got the Learn to Play guide, which is always good. I love it when board games do this, kind of like a little tutorial. So it basically just takes you through the first sort of few turns of a quest and just teaches you all the important bits and pieces that you can kind of learn as you play. So definitely going to be doing this on my first video of playthrough, I think, just to get to grips with it. So yeah, very cool. And then last but not least for the books is this beautiful, beautiful hardback rule book with art and rules and all sorts of things in it. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, this was an upgrade, I think, for one of these stretch goals in the Kickstarter, so I don't think you'll get this in the retail version. However, if core space is anything to go by, you'll probably be able to buy like a deluxe version of the rule book at some point, I'd imagine. So yeah, very cool. Lots of different rules. The game can be very basic or it can be very complicated. It's up to you really. You can decide how much you want to add on. So yeah, there you go. Very nice indeed. Very pleased with that. I'd say it's going to look good on the shelf, but I'd rather keep it in the box to keep it safe, to be honest. And after that, it's basically just all of the different terrain and tokens and that kind of thing. Let me see if I can get this terrain one opened up first. Let's see. First challenge is getting into the damn thing. There we go. Move this one out of the way a sec. So if I get this into view for you guys, so we've got Alien Adventure. So I think the Alien Adventure is the expanded quest things. When you want to go outside of the dungeons and stuff. Then we've got some banners and crates, and what else have we got here? Can you read that? Bookcase. This is really not focusing, is it at all? It's really annoying actually. Yeah, loads of bookcases and stuff. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I'd like to do a video of me actually building these so you'll be able to see them all fully built. But then we've got a nice little square sort of tile here, and they're all double-sided. So obviously you've got like a dungeon on that side and like an outdoor kind of entrance there. Got some, is that like a mine sort of lift or something? Sconces, various other bits and pieces, some gold to go into like treasure chests. Next up, we've got some pools or like a well or something. Or I think this is like an alchemical kind of thing where you can, I can't remember what it was now, like in charge of your weapons or do something with that. I can't remember exactly what now anyway, but it's more like little scatter bits and pieces for your dungeon. Very cool. That's what I love about the battle systems games is there's just so much scenery and scatter. It really immerses you in the game. So this is Vaults of Enveron, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Furniture. So yeah, more. Does it say on it? Yeah, here we go. So we've got more crates, pit trap, very hero quest, makeshift barrier, which looks pretty cool when it's built, weapon rack, a tomb, all sorts of goodies. More Vaults of Enveron furniture. Got like little, it says table. I don't know what that is. Is that like a table leg or something? I'm not really sure. More crates, cog lever, more weapon rack stuff. Yeah, it's all similar stuff to the last one basically. Then we've got Vaults of Enveron entrances. So different types of entrances there. More sconces, quarter wall, half wall, and all of these doors as well. I love this. The doors actually open. I carefully pop it. So like when you go through the doors, you can like use an action to open and close them. Kind of block line of sight, that kind of thing. I love that little feature. Again, something I love about the battle systems games is everything seems to be interactable. Like all the scenery stuff you can do things with. It's so cool. More of the walls and sconces. More walls, more doors, lots of vines and things. And what's that at the bottom there? Oh, it's a chair. Make a little chair. Very cool. Same again, another sheet of them. And one more sheet of them as well. So that's the scenery. So then we can move on to the second set of sheets. So this is all of the character cards. Here we go. We've got like Marana, Sirio, Greet. Got a few activation counters down here. And these are like the I think these, yeah, these are the class sort of cards as well. So you can like upgrade. You can mark these little white dots, you know, as you skill up, and you can like, add more points into each of the skills. I think these are the places where the enemies spawn around the edges of the board as well. That's that one. We've got our, what's this? Stash. Staging area. Oh, this is the base camp. So this is like where you mark, like if you once you finish the question, you like you're camping overnight and stuff. You can like keep items in there and like your reputation, that kind of thing. And then on the back is the staging area. So that's essentially similar to core space. This is like the drop ship. This is like the entrance to the dungeon. And then we've got a load of cards for the enemies. Drakon, Troglodyte. There you go. That's the guy with the backpack, I think. Cankers are those little spidery things. There's the Malagorn. So he's the main sort of bad guy. Staging point. Oh, okay. So the staging point's where you start from the dungeons. Then I'm not sure in that case. First player marker. Then we've got the sort of information about the various enemies. Also, the zombies are called Lamenters. Then we've got the Murta, which are those slightly more funky looking Lamenter things. We've got the Hell Font, which is those weird sort of mobbly rat thingies, and the Rot Troll, the big dude. And then here's the actual Dread. I think it's called the Dread track itself. So it starts at Disquiet, and then as time goes by, it goes up to Distress, Dismay. What's that one? Desperation and Disaster. And then I think it flips over and things get even crazier as well. Again, I think that based on core space, I think that's how it works. Then we've got a few little like items here, various like ones, some of that are common, some that are rare, and that kind of thing. Which is pretty cool. In fact, it tells you exclusive items placed in a separate bag with other exclusive items. Okay, so you draw things from the bag. Where is that bag? So yeah, so this is the token bag I should have mentioned earlier actually. So basically all of the items that you can like search for in the dungeons and stuff will go in here, and then you randomly draw different items from there. But there's like certain ones that aren't common. They go in like their own sort of separate bag, and then they can be drawn at certain times, or maybe like you can craft them and that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. A whole sheet of more items, and again these items, some of them actually go physically in the chest as well. So you sort of randomly mix them up and pop them in the chest, so even you don't know what's in them. And then as you search, you actually like tactilely pulling things out of the chest, which is awesome. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on these now because there's just so many. We'll be here all night looking at all of them, but that's just a little brief summary of them there. Lots of bows and swords and things, which is nice. I like bows. I've got a load of tokens. Not even going to pretend to know what all of these are. I know that these are portals, but I don't know what portals are for in this. So we've got poison, fire, loads of sorts of different kinds of markers. Patrol points for like the stealthy missions. And what's this here? These are illusion counters. Okay, so I don't know if that's like a spell or something maybe. More character sheets. Bram, Emmerich, Unger, Artane, Araya, Henley, Galen, and Krieger. And then a few more class things and a tiny little healing knowledge insert, whatever that means. Not sure what that's for, but I'm sure we'll find out. More class boards. Assassin, Druid, Primarist, Contender, Paladin, a new Daemon, and Marksman. Then some like locks, shortcuts as well, and then loads more tiny little items. What we got here, like little throwing knives and rope and stuff. Because obviously this is a 3D game as well, so you can go up and down levels. You know, similar to like Warhammer and those kind of skirmish type games. It's pretty cool. More of the same, more weapons. Some funky looking whatever that thing is there. I don't know what that is. Looks like some sort of scarab beetle or something. I don't know. Camping bed, I guess, to help with resting. Net as well. I don't know if that's for catching things. I'm not really sure. And then you've got like I think these like crafting materials, so you can like visit the Artificers Guild or something, the Artisans Guild, like in between missions when you're in the town. You can like craft things. Pretty cool. Then we've got more of our wandering monsters and things. So we've got the split tail rat. Sorry if the light is shining on this. I just realised how shiny this is. Someone say Alari, Crag Troll, Bloodworm, Skin Shifter. That was that guy who NPCs can turn into. Then a load more stuff and things there, and even more stuff and things there. And what are these things? Beasts of Enver, small pit traps. Very nice. And the Great Bear. Ooh, this armor looks pretty cool. If my camera would focus, I'll be able to show you a bit better. Ooh, very cool. And last but not least, a load more tokens and more entrance points, I guess, for zombies. Or are they like spawn? I'm not sure. Guess we'll find out. And lots of other tokens, which I really don't know what they do at the moment, but we will figure them all out. It says in each one though, so like this one here, common items, place these into the token pouch. Uncommon items, add these to the bag with your uncommon tokens, and rare items, etc. And I believe one of these sheets, there's a section that's specifically designed for the tutorial, so it tells you to take out just those for the tutorial, so you don't get overwhelmed with everything. So yeah, pretty cool. They've kind of thought about everything really. So that's that for the core game itself. So then after that, we have the other half of the Kickstarter pledge, because I did the full pledge for the game and the scenery, because I just love the look of this like 3D scenery with all like the bridges and like stairs and everything. Looks really cool. So I went for both. So this is the other half of the Kickstarter. You get another map, which I think I'm pretty sure that's the same as the other one. So like maybe you can like double up and have like double the size map. Get a bag full of, I think these are just like little plastic thingies. Again, I opened this earlier in my excitement just to see what was in there. But yeah, these are just essentially just a bag of clips to put all your scenery together with. And then an absolute shed load of cardboard. Now, how am I going to get all this out without wrecking it? Let's just pull this all out a second. There we go. And try and keep it in order. So we have got dungeon walls. And again, little doors that open. I just love that. I love those little details. How cool is that? Amazing. Little grates, vines and things. So these, I think these are all just like standard dungeon walls basically. So they're all like similar size. And a few like the weapons and stuff there, scatter weapons. More dungeon walls. I think it's pretty much the same as the last sheet. In fact, it's exactly the same as the last sheet by the looks of it. And yeah, that one's the same again. In fact, they've got loads of these. They've all got like sconces and other bits and pieces on them as well. But yeah, these are all pretty much the same design. Then we've got some hanging braziers. I never know if it's brazier or brazier. I'm pretty sure brazier is something that you wear. So I think it's pronounced brazier. Bottom of a pillar, obviously the sides of the pillar, and some like hangy bits for the braziers. And yeah, brazier arch, more doorways and stuff. Nice. So we've got two of them. Then we've got a dungeon entrance, very cool. Double door there, liking that. Some, like a, what's that, stone staircase? Okay, that's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure there's a spiral staircase. I don't know if that's the one or not, but very cool. Got a grand entrance, side pieces there as well. Nice, like it. We've got two of those. Then we have got some, what's this say, wooden walkway. Some ladders. Dungeon walkway, so for the raised bits, we get those cool scenes. Maybe over like a ravine or something, that kind of thing. Got a ruined tower. Didn't know about this one actually. That's pretty cool. Got what that blue thing is there. Not sure what that is, but it's double-sided. Yeah, I don't know what it is anyway. Yeah, more pieces, angled walkway, that kind of thing. Very nice. Is it two of those? Yeah, two of them. More doorways, side of like wooden steps, more braziers even, some vines, and some struts. Again, I think this will become more apparent when we start building it all. So yeah, I might do like a sped up video of me building all this kind of stuff. I don't know yet. You'd have to let me know. This is a brand new channel, so I'm not expecting anybody to see this video, to be honest. But if you do see it and you want to see anything specific, let me know. And then we've got machinery. So what's this? This is accessories, the sheet says. So yeah, just like machinery bits, so like a little cog and another ladder, some big wooden cogs, that kind of thing. Very cool. Some dungeon scaffolding, again, to add some extra levels without building like a whole upper level. You could just have a few like perch points, maybe for like your rangers or your archers and that kind of thing. Got a couple of them, two of them. We have got a rope bridge. Looking forward to building that. That just looks so cool. I love the detail on battle systems, terrain. It just looks so good. And when it's all together as well, it's really hard to tell that it's cardboard. It's just got so much depth to it. It's really cool. Broken bridge as well. Nice. Dungeon furniture, all sorts of stuff. So we've got book pile, tomb, chairs, ornaments, more chests. So these, I think these would be the chests that you can like open and you can find like things in them. Weapon rack with a cog lever there. Bookcases and some more weapons there. Got two of those. Then we've got some floor pieces. Again, I think this is one of the stretch goals as well. So again, I forgot to say all of these are double-sided. So you usually get like a stone and then a wooden theme on either side. So these can be used to like make second levels and stuff. Got some debris pieces. Crypts and Caverns Dungeon Upgrade Pack, this is called. So even just like little bits of debris there. So cool. Really add like layers to your game. It's gonna take forever to set up each mission, but it'll look awesome once it's done. Then a couple of smaller ones. This has actually got like a crack down the middle as well, so you can split that into two. That's the stone side. You've got a cool gargoyle type guy there as well. Whoops, sorry, it's bashing the camera again. I will get the hang of this, I promise. And yeah, some of the bits and pieces there. What are they? Buttresses, whatever a buttress is. And pretty much the same again. Gargoyle wings as well, forgot to say on the other one. Yep, same again, that one is. Then it looks like we've got some different entrances here. So what we've got here, like a half door, half wall, and then just some more doors. Very cool. And what is this? Carrier. Oh, apparently you can get like these carriers. So like they're kind of like chests with like wooden handles on them. So like two characters can like carry them around. So if you've got too much treasure that you found, because the game's all about like looting treasure and that kind of thing. But if you find too much and your characters can't carry it, you can chuck them in one of those carriers and just like drag it out of the dungeon. I think it's awesome. That is. Alcove shelving, alcove wall, more what they called again. The name's completely left me now. Gargoyle, that's the word, gargoyle. Some like scatter pages and stuff. Very cool. And what else we got here? So portcullis. So I think it's an actual functioning portcullis as well. It like slides up and down. Forge, which is pretty cool. Forge fire. H passage, whatever that is. Don't know what that means. Yeah, more bits and pieces there. Most of these are the same on both sides. I think it's only like the floor pieces that are actually different. In fact, we'll test that theory in a second. So here we've got this. What's this? Stronghold door. Again, I think this might have been part of the stretch goals. In fact, I think anything that says upgrade pack is part of the stretch goal. But this is like a location that you can like try and break into to steal its riches, and I guess it's got like lots of expensive paintings in it, even though this one's been ruined by blood a little bit. So is that the same on the other side? Oh, okay, so these ones are different. Right, okay, so the pictures are actually double-sided. There you go. So you've got two options there. Piles of coins for your bank vault. Some expensive, if not torn, tapestries. Nice. Then we've got a dungeon bastille. I'm not sure what a bastille is. Is that like a... That looks like that folds, so I'm assuming it's kind of like a cage or something, maybe? I don't know, you'll have to correct me in the comments if you know what a bastille is. I only know the band. And again, same on both sides of that one. Very cool though. Very excited to get this all built. I don't know where I'm going to keep it all. I don't think it's all. I don't think it's all going to fit back in the box. I think the core game bits will, but I'm not sure if it all will. What we got here? Chain, small cage, half wall. Lots of just more half walls and doors and things. I want a torture table as well. Lovely, very hero questy. Oh, the rack. Yes, that's part of the rack there. Nice. Then this one looks the same. Yeah, this is another one. It's the same thing. Another torture implements. Then we have got a dungeon garrison barracks. Okay, so this is like beds and things, like little target practice. Apparently, you feel like you can rest in the game, and if you rest near these target practice things, you get like extra XP or something. So even like these little bits of scattered terrain and stuff can benefit you if you want to use them. Shelving, a little bit of chainmail there hanging from a hook. It's pretty cool. More shelves, training dummy, that kind of thing. Cool. And then we've got some beds. Looking a bit worse for where those beds are. Weapon rack, more weapons, small crates, and large storage crates. Wall map. Oh, and there's the map again. If I could get the focus, I don't know what it is. I think that this camera just like hasn't got an autofocus on it at the moment. I need to figure it out. I can't get it to. Can I get it to focus? I just tap my phone. Whoops! Send the phone wobbling. No, it just doesn't want to focus at the moment. So sorry about that. I'll have to get myself a proper camera at some point. Well, that's that anyway. And then the last one is the wine cellar. So you've got your entrance to the wine cellar, table, wine rack itself, some barrels. This has even got things written on it. What does it say? Ye old ale and Fertig, whatever Fertig is. And yeah, a load of barrels. And apparently these barrels are a lot easier to make than the older battle systems models. So that's good to know. And yeah, that is about it for the dungeon pack. So that's essentially the Maladum Kickstarter. So yeah, as I said, that was just my first video on this channel. Probably a little bit rough, but just something I wanted to practice with and just show you guys what you actually get in the Kickstarter edition. I'm hoping that the next few videos are going to be essentially just me covering building the terrain, painting up the models. Again, I'll probably do that maybe fast speed, unless you particularly want to watch me spend hours painting stuff. Let me know. And then yeah, after that we'll look at starting to play some of the games and eventually work our way towards a campaign. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. If you like, if you want to see the tokens and stuff in more detail, I'm more than happy to do that and go do like a session on that. Maybe when I actually learn what they all are. But yeah, just let me know if there is anything you want to see. And yeah, have amazing evenings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.